What's up, fam? We're gonna take a we're gonna talk about dating today. And I want to just give you one piece of dating advice and explain why I feel like this is a powerful piece of advice that and I had to learn the hard way. And I'm gonna tell you my biggest hindrance with relationships in like the past 5 years would be long distance. I've heard it 1,000 times from my own mouth. I don't do long distance relationships. And I don't like them, you know? And it took me a while to realize that was coming from a place of abandonment, not wanting to be left, not wanting to be alone. And through that, I've experienced a lot of alone time, right? But it's funny because that alone time, even as I got into my serious relationship and then my committed relationship, there's always been distance. And the distance is actually what I feel allowed me to have my own space to grow and continue to mature and work on my own self work, and at the same time have the security, the companionship, the empowerment from a relationship. And of course, when you have a lot of time and space, like literally, then things happen slower. Like, for instance, right now during COVID times, you are living with your significant other 24/7, working from home. There's probably a lot of conflict going on. You're probably growing at an exponential rate, or you're not growing because you're not able to handle the intensity of what's going on because it's just too much too soon, too concentrated. And we're used to having those breaks. Either it's 8 hours at work with the commute time, or it's weekends away. But we have different schedules before that may be different now, and that's really impacting your relationship because it's just a lot of togetherness, and you don't have the space to recharge or to keep your own wits about you. So for me, I said this last year when I went to Ghana that you should always send your man away. And I said this the same day that I sent Shalom away to go be with his friends. Like we hadn't been together for months. No, was it months? Might have been months. Yeah. And then so like when you come together, it's just like and you just like want to be around each other all the time. And so we did that for for like 3 weeks. And then I was like, you can go play with the homies today. And I don't know if he was surprised or what, but yeah, I've learned from past relationships as well that I like my freedom. I think it's important to have your own friends, um, or just have activities, with your friends, your girlfriends, whoever your friends are, but definitely with your girlfriends too, because you need that sister support. And the same thing with men, they need that brotherly support and to have their own time with their guy friends. And so I think it's really important to maintain those relationships because you don't want to put all the growth and intimacy on one relationship. Like that sounds terrible. It sounds like a lot of stress and like a dragon that you're chasing and that you're never gonna catch. Um, that's the reason we have community and family because all those relationships nourish us, right? But anyways, send the ass away or you go away, go plan a girls trip, plan a solo adventure trip somewhere, go somewhere away with your kids, but plan something separate, and it's really ironic because the one thing that kept me from wanting to commit and take these relationships seriously was distance. And eventually distance stuck around. But I also learned um, the I learned that I like my space. I like time to myself, and it makes me enjoy my together time even more, right? And especially for couples, I think it's important that you take time apart and that you're just not all up under each other all the time. For some people, maybe it works, maybe it does, but for me, as someone who's independent and just like I don't know, just always have my own shit going on. So when you set up your relationship that way, you're not having to sacrifice what you've built, before you came together, and they don't sacrifice what they've built and worked on their relationships, right? Continue to nourish those relationships and work on those other relationships. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your business partners, all those are relationships that we are always working on. So I think the distance, like they say, a distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it really does. It does. And I've learned right now I'm alone, right after a month of being together in Nigeria. So right now I'm alone. And at first I didn't like it. But I realized I was having retreat withdrawals, which is a real thing. I've been to enough retreats to know that when you go away somewhere, you develop a bond with a group of people, and then you leave and you go back to your environment where you're not around a bunch of people anymore, you're going to have some withdrawals, because we have all those connections and we're so fulfilled by it. We're nurtured by that love, and kind of when you're in that setting, and I wasn't at a retreat, but I was with a lot of family and kids, like, continuously. And so it's different being here, like I'm just working and doing my routine, but it's lacking that whole, like, community aspect to it, and togetherness aspect of it, right? So I was experiencing that, but then once I got past that, or realized that's what was happening, I was like, oh, I felt this before. And I went to the park and I finished reading this book, and I was in the sun the whole time, which, like, really healed my eyesight. It always does. When I read a book in the sun, like just outside at the park, it makes my eyesight like 10 times better. So my eyesight is popping. Okay. I got a tan. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Droop, 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 droop. I got a tan, and I just feel good. I got actually charged up like a melanin battery that I am. And we feel great. So um understanding what I was going through helped me to take better care of myself, versus just being kind of stagnant and be like, oh, why do I feel this way? But yeah, distance is so important. Don't underestimate distance. And for me, it really, I feel like I was put in these situations despite what I said I didn't like, because my spirit knew that that was a healing that I needed to actually feel complete and feel whole. And yeah, so grateful for that. We're grateful for realizing the things that we've had an aversion to were challenges that would grow us. And, I'm always down for a growing challenge. I just stopped saying that. And I'll be like, why do I keep getting challenged? Leave me alone. But yes, I've had many. And, I love to chill. Like, I love a great, easy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill. Like, some moments you can just not grow. But distance is a great thing. And what it does is it gets rid of distraction. It helps you to reset um, to your place of peace. And um, just, it takes away from the distraction, honestly. So you can just hear more. You can hear more of your spirit guide wisdom. You can hear more nature. You can hear more of your creativity. You can hear more of how you feel. So it's so necessary. So yeah, go take a walk in a park, go take a hike somewhere, but get your, daily supplement of solitude, or your weekly supplement of solitude. However doses you need, get some, okay? And always leave with love. I don't know, that was awkward. But leave with love. Really love yourself and come from a place of compassion with your self work. Remember, I said you're working with yourself. You're not working on yourself. We're not getting on ourselves about shit. We're working with who we are, working with the gratitude in the present moment, and working with what we got, which is the people around us as well. So lead with love, okay? If you happen to find yourself sitting around ashy as hell, or you sitting around, you got crappy skin, it's dry, maybe you have body acne, then my body butters will really help you. I make them holistically to solve problems. So the lavender, the sage, and the lemon has benefits for your skin, has benefits for when you smell it, aromatherapy. Um, it has detox, cleansing benefits. So I always use the piece as a deodorant. I use it um, on my groin, like on your inner thigh area, because that's another place where you sweat and detox from. So the sage and the lavender really help with that. And the gratitude has a lot of benefits too. So you have to read about it. Go on the website. But the gratitude is really good if you have cellulite, if you have scars you want to heal, if you have, again, acne, body acne, the gratitude is also going to help with that. It's simply because of the ginger, the vanillin. Vanillin is really good to fight acne bacteria. And the lime helps with collagen boosting and brightening those dark spots. I did it. All right. Love you. Subscribe if you like this video. If you want me to keep talking and sharing my healing journey. And yeah, we're gonna grow more into this, into a group thing. So I'm gonna start it off by just setting the pace for being real, being vulnerable, sharing the things that you grow through, and that's enough. That's very helpful. That's very useful. It's very purposeful. All right. Peace and chicken grease.